Hi, we're Jay and Liz McClellan with Fortune Bay Expedition Team. This is day 3 of our exploration into the McCormick Wilderness in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Yesterday we left our campsite on Bulldog Lake and bushwhacked northwest to find a hilltop called the Acropolis. Then we made our way to Lake Phillips where we camped for the night. Today we head back to our starting point, brew up a batch of peat bog tea, and find some surprises along the way.
So we have a mixture of Swiss Miss cocoa mix and a tube of instant coffee. So we got Cocoa Moco. Okay, fortified oatmeal. We take regular instant oatmeal and we add cream powder and butter powder, raisins, and some brown sugar. And we also put in some whey powder to get some more protein.
My amazing magic trick.
We packed up our camp and made sure to leave no trace that we'd ever been there. Then we quietly walked out to Lake Phillips in hopes of spotting a moose. We thought we saw something big moving in the trees far away, but we didn't see anything we could definitely call a moose here. So we headed off to the east for the final trek back to our starting point. So we came upon this line of, I believe they're balsam fir. They look like fir, but they're growing in a long line. And it appears that an old tree fell and decomposed, and conditions were just right for these young ones to sprout. Seeds prospered in the environment of that decomposition, so we have a long line of these crowded together little fir seedlings. Kind of cool.
That is about the biggest birch tree I've ever seen.
Doesn't even look like a birch at the bottom, but it is. You can see the curly bark. That's a really old birch tree. Time to refuel.
Beautiful woods here. And so quiet. Oh, little baby.
Well, we found some water. It looks pretty stagnant though. We're hoping for more of a river to have some water to filter. This valley is the source of the West Branch Yellow Dog River and the first waterfall that we saw on day one. Our drinking water was running low, so we hoped we'd find enough to open water to filter some. Otherwise, we would certainly survive the hike back to our van, but we'd be pretty thirsty without finding more water here. There's a little flow here. Yeah, there's a little flow away from me. I think this is actually the river, such as it is. I think this is basically headwaters of the Yellow Dog River. Yeah, it's got a lot of tannins in it, but it's fairly clear, so not a lot of sediment. We can certainly filter that. Water is pretty yellow from tannins, but that's basically just natural tea. That won't hurt us. The filter will take out bacteria and protozoans. It's not fine enough to filter viruses, but there are very few viruses likely to be here that would infect people. That's mainly a concern where human waste is present, and that's very unlikely out here. There we go. 1 liter of delicious peat bog tea, ready to drink. Not great, but not bad and safe to drink. So we have successfully forded the Yellow Dog River, which was so small we could barely find it and barely find a spot to filter some water. Certainly wasn't challenging to get across, and was actually pretty nice walking through the peat bog. It was firm enough, but not overgrown with alders, so it was actually surprisingly easy to get across the river there. Now we're headed up toward Panorama Hill. Good Yellow Dog tea, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Nice earthy, peaty flavor. Looks a bit like it came out of a yellow dog. Or any kind of dog. Tastes alright.
Yeah.
This is looking up at Panorama Hill, but it doesn't look like there's going to be much panorama up there, and we decided not to climb it. Having decided against climbing Panorama Hill, we made our way around the south side, where we were about to find something amazing. This is smooth rock tripe lichen, and it's not rare, but it was the first time that either of us had seen any, and it was an amazingly large colony of it growing on the side of this cliff. This whole cliff holds a very diverse community of lichens and mosses, and it's also very fragile, so we were very careful to look but not touch and leave no trace that we were here. Now leaving Panorama Hill, heading straight east for the car.
All the way to the sea. It's really, it's really interesting.
As we made our way through this section of woods, we were struck by how open it was, as if something had defoliated many of the trees. Soon we spotted the culprits along the ground, lots of red-humped oakworm caterpillars. They usually don't cause lasting damage, and most of the trees should recover next year. Anytime we visit a natural area, we try to leave it better than we found it by cleaning up at least one piece of someone else's trash. Fortunately, we didn't find much trash here. So we have made it back to our original trail, the one that led us to the West Branch Yellow Dog Falls so long ago. And now we just have a short walk on this trail back out, and with any luck our van is still there. That would really be nice, but it sure is easier walking on a trail. After 3 days of bushwhacking, we were ready for the comforts of our camper van, but also sad to be leaving this amazing place. We look forward to returning with friends on a future excursion with Fortune Bay Expedition Team. Thanks for watching.